Hey everybody, Jolt here, and we're going to be going over our draft analysis for the JDL. The JDL is the Jolt Draft League that I am putting on because, I like draft leagues, and the PBA and Big Brain Draft League are coming to an end, and I don't want there being a gap of content on this channel because when they end, it's going to take about maybe a week, 2 weeks, maybe 3 to get them back up, and the PBA ends in 1 week if I don't make playoffs. The BBDL ends in 2 weeks if I don't make playoffs. So just if I don't make playoffs, I make this, and we're just gonna start. This is the draft analysis. Let's go. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. This is not in any order. Like seriously, it's literally in any order. It's just randos. Technical difficulties. Wait, no. Bam! Amoongus. This was not our first pick, but because this is not in any order. Amoongus seemed like a pretty good option. It gave me a resistance to fairy, which I really needed. Plus, it gave me a grass type, and I really needed a grass type. So I got, and it's pretty bulky. It gets Spore, it gets Foul Play, it gets Stun Spore, just like a lot of, what's it called? Whatever the thing you paralyze, poison, and burn them. Just gets a lot of those. I feel like it will be a great addition to the team. It gives me a low speed stat, so that's pretty good. And its attack and special attack are really solid with 85. It's like, they're not bad, they're like just solid. Next is Landorus-T. Landorus-T was actually my first pick. So I picked up Landorus-T because I wanted to try something different, so I picked it up. It gets knockoff, U-turn with Intimidate. It can recycle as Intimidate. It gets Earthquake. It's a really strong attacker with a solid speed stat, not really good on the defensive side, but is 4 times weak to ice. And later in the video, you see that I have a kind of big ice weakness. Next is Lucario. Lucario came to help out with those ice weaknesses because it resists ice by 4 or 2 times, but I drafted it because it can beat up ice. Like, it gets fighting, which is super effective, and steel, which is super effective. So it's not like a traditional steel type where it can just stand there and tank hits. It's an offensive steel type. So it's you're not really gonna get past it. I originally drafted this for fairies, but it didn't fully resist fairies, so I made it my ice counter, offensive counter. You'll see later that we have a defensive counter. Next is our, wait, I just want to make sure, is this one? Yeah. Next is the amazing, the thick, the bulky boy, Walrien baby. Walrien. It 8 times resists ice if you give it thick fat, and it lives. It's a 4-hit KO for the strongest ice type Pokemon. The strongest ice type, Kyurem White, has the highest special attack of all the ice type Pokemon, and it lives 4 ice beams from it. 4 ice beams, and plus its special attack is actually nothing to scoff at. It's really high, and its defense, really good HP, amazing speed. It's a slow mon, but I don't need it to be fast because it's not like I'm gonna have it sweeping or anything, but it's getting a KO. It's getting a KO. Next up is Latias. Latias just seems like a pretty good pickup. It was originally my psychic type. In my plan, I was supposed to get Deoxys defense, but that was taken, so I chose the next bulkiest psychic type I could get in the A tier, sorry. And it was down between Latias, Victini, and Latios. I took out Latios because it wasn't that bulky. It was more of an offensive, and I wanted defensive. And then it was between Victini, and Latias. And I looked and I was like, okay, do I want a fire type or a psychic type? At this time, I had Lucario, my Mega, and Landorus. And I was like, okay, I'll just be weaker to ice, and I chose Latias. Next is Mega Altaria, that Mega I was talking about. You see right now, I have 2 dragons, which makes me really weak to ice right now. Usually I'm gonna have to Mega Altaria on the first turn, just so we don't have that 4 times weakness anymore, and we only have the 2 times. Pretty good. 110 special attack, 110 defense, 110 attack, 105 special defense. We can go Cotton Guard set and have it just stay on the field. We can go D-Dance set and have it be physical. We could just go Hyper Voice, Flamethrower, Mystical Fire, Draco Meteor, Dragon Pulse. Either way, we're doing pretty good. Next is Vikavolt. So Jolteon was sniped from us very rudely, but we picked up Vikavolt. Vikavolt has a massive special attack, and it helps our speeches, because right now we're getting a little to the fast side of things, so we brought something to slow it down. Right now, you see, we have a lot of bulky offense. Like, it's just some bulky offense, so we chose Vikavolt. Vikavolt hits like a truck, and it has the defense to back it up. Next up is Alolan Persian. So I needed a dark type to complete my psychic, fighting, and dark core. In my opinion, that's the best core. Like, if you don't have a psychic, fighting, and dark core, your team is not that good in my eyes. Because psychic helps, dark helps, and fighting helps. Persian-Alola has Parting Shot. I thought it got Prankster. It doesn't, but it has the ability that nerfs physical attacks. So it nerfs physical attacks, which is great. Plus, it's really fast. It gave us a speed stat higher than 115, which was great. And then its defenses. Its defenses aren't that good, but it gets Fake Out, Parting Shot, all these great moves that can just push us over the edge and give us some reliable like stat drops. It's gonna be, I think Walrien gets Haze, but if we don't bring Walrien, if we just want to like drop their stats, we're just gonna use Persian-Alola. So like they have a setup sweeper, we're either gonna bring Walrien or Persian-Alola. Most likely Persian-Alola, because it gets Fake Out to stop their original one. Then it can Parting Shot. Next up is Marowak, Alolan Marowak. We got the Alolan Pokemon here right now. It's not that it's kind of bulky offense. It's just slow offense, and I needed a ghost type, so I got a Alolan Marowak. I also needed a fire type, so I got a Alolan Marowak, thus completing my grass, water, and fire core. I also completed my steel, dragon, and fairy core. I don't like completing cores when I drafted Altaria, and I didn't want to complete a core with a fairy and dragon on the same on the same Pokemon, because it seems kind of weird to me. Like, if you're going to stop dragons with fairies, you just have a set fairy type, and you're supposed to stop other things with dragons, you just have that set. So I chose Latias after that to give myself that dragon type that wasn't a fairy type also. And Marowak, pretty good. Ghost type, hits like a truck. And yeah, great defense. I just said great defense and skipped. Next is Nihilego. Well, right now you can see my team is kind of hazard offensive. my plan is to like break them down with hazards. We have stealth rocks. We have spikes. Do we have spikes? I don't think we have spikes. We may have spikes. We have toxic spikes. We have sticky webs. Sticky webs, pretty good. And next we have toxic spikes from Nihilego. Nihilego is kind of a weird Pokemon. So its special defense, and special attack, and speed and HP are through the roof, but its defense is trash. If I get hit by a tackle, I'm dead. If I get hit by a pound, I'm dead. So, it's probably going to be our switch-in to... It also completes another one of our cores, Electric, Ground, and Poison, but that was already... I told you these are not in order. I just not illegal before I left Amoongus, so that completed our Electric, Ground, and Poison core. Last but not least, this was originally Golisopod because Water Offense kind of wanted it. Then it was switched to regular Sandslash because of Rapid Spin and Spike and Stealth Rocks. And then it was switched to Miltank because there wasn't a reliable, like, real steel for me to pick up or something, so I just picked up a normal type. One weakness, which is fighting, and I think we handle fighting well with Megaltaria, Marowak-A, Nihilego. Nihilego is probably not going to be the best switch in. Amoongus, Landorus, Latias. So I feel like Miltank could either be a wall with thick fat, or it can be an attacker with thick fat, or sap sipper, or anything. Because Miltank is so, it's not that, it's kind of cookie cutter. Like, it can do so many different things, but it can only, when you use your first move, they know what you're doing. They know you're set from your first move. You can do a bunch of different things, but they always know you're set from that first move. So this is the team we're going at. Amoongus. Ooh, I hope this is like the peak of the music. Landorus-T. Oh, Lucario. Walrien. Latias. Megaltaria. Jolt. Persian-A. Marowak-A. Nihilego. And Miltank. Thank you for watching. The next two videos will be, one is going to be a showdown laddering video, and the other one is going to be PRs for the JDL. Hope you get a pretty good score with this team. I'm thinking around the 10s to I don't know, 15s. Thanks for watching, and see you guys later. Peace.